Hello, I'm Royal Seeley, and today I'll be showing you my Lolita wardrobe for 2022, going into 2023. So my Lolita wardrobe and my normie closet are both the same closet, but the Lolita items definitely take up the largest amount of space. From about here onward, it's my normal clothes, my work attire, and then from this middle chunk here is all of my main pieces, and then I have things like blouses hidden on the left side. My closet is an accordion setup, so it's a little difficult to make a video fully showing it, but I'm going to try my best. The first piece that is in my wardrobe is this Baby the Stars Shine Bright Ribbon Milky Sugar JSK from 2009, although they have released it a lot of times since then in different colorways, and it's one of my favorites. It's fully shirred, and the black and white motifs really reminded me of the uniforms and the costumes that were worn for My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade period, and that's what drew me to this piece initially. I won't be showing it hung up, as the elastic straps, I don't want to end up accidentally stretching them out and having to replace them. And usually when I store this piece, I end up folding it over this middle part here. I'm currently in the process of getting an old school rectangle style headdress in black and white from Baby, so I'm very excited for that to come in. Let's see. So the first piece I'm going to be showing is my only salopette. It's Angelic Pretty's Polka Dot Chocolate in black. I have the barrette as well, but I was wearing it recently. And here I have some mint wrist cuffs. So usually for main pieces, if I can, I like to keep the attached accessories on this hook here. And I think that for 2023, I would really like to get another salopette, as they're very easy to walk around in and wear on a day-to-day basis, or to just lounge in. The thing I like about this design is all the circle pops of color. It makes it really easy to cord this in a variety of ways. And since it's black, it's already a little more easier. Yeah, it's a nice, comfortable salopette. The next piece we have is Baby the Stars Shine Bright Kuma Kumya's Marine Island 2 JSK in pink. I think at some point I would really like to get the navy or the mint version of this JSK. Pink's not really my color, but I think I was really drawn to it when I was first thinking about what to wear in Lolita fashion. I also think maybe I'll look into the JSK 1 version, but it's kind of expensive right now, so that's something I'm saving up for. This is the main piece that I wore to my first meet ever at an aquarium, so I'm very nostalgic to it for that part. And there is little glitter flecks on it as well. This piece has a lot of details, and I think it's one of the most beautiful pieces that I have. The next piece that we have is Baby the Stars Shine Bright Doki Doki Magic Strawberry 1. This comes with a removable apron. And what I end up doing in my closet if I run out of hangers for blouses or space is I will attach a blouse to a hanger that matches that JSK. So this also makes it really easy to just grab a cord and go. I think as far as bunny pieces go, this one by Metamorphose Temps to Fill is underrated. It is Sweet Rabbit's Bustle, and it came in two colors. There's a navy and I think red or white, and then this nice ivory and pink for the bustle. Something I like about this piece, similar to how Polka Dot Chocolate had these round shapes with different colors, these macaroons that are sort of raining down all over the JSK are in different colors, and I think that gives it the opportunity to be a very versatile piece in my wardrobe. This next piece coming up is Angelic Pretty's Princess Cat in lavender, and it is their peplum cut. So the peplum here is removable, and something I really like about this cut is that it has a bit of a wider area for wiggle room. It also came with this very cute asymmetrical clip-on bow and pearl decoration. Yeah, so I don't have it on here now, but it's very cute. Purple isn't one of my favorite colors outside of Lolita, so I was kind of surprised to see how much I enjoy this shade of lavender. I ended up wearing this cut to MyCom's summer ILD last year. And before wearing it, I was actually considering giving up this JSK. There was something about it that just wasn't meshing with me, but I thought I would wear it out one last time and see how I felt. And I really like the way I feel when I wear this JSK. But I wasn't sure if the cut is what my hang-up was with it. So I ended up getting the same JSK, but a different cut of it in the same colorway as well, since I think the lavender, for me, it's something more unique in my wardrobe, which I kind of like. There are elements of this cut that I prefer to the peplum, but there's definitely some advantages of the peplum, mostly it having a wider fitting range. So I don't know if I would keep this one in my wardrobe forever, but I definitely want to keep one of the cuts in my wardrobe. The next JSK we have is from indie brand Starry Frills. This is Tiny Friends Parade, I believe, and something I really like about this is all of the little details. It really reminds me of all of my favorite parts of Angelic Pretty, but in a style that I find to be more palatable to my own interests. They have very cute little bear buttons here. I'm not sure how well that'll show up. But having all of these little details here without it being an overly busy print, I feel like all of the colors and the design really shines on this piece. I haven't worn it out yet since I got it kind of recently, but one of my friends has this piece as well, so I'm excited to possibly twin with them. Yeah, a lot of colors to pull from in this one. It also came in a really cute box that I'm planning to keep and put accessories in. It's pretty big too, so that's an added bonus. Now we're going to be moving more into the greens and the blues of my wardrobe. I'll start with the one that got me into the fashion. This is Metamorphose Temptafi's Batissiere in the Forest, their bustle cut that came out in 2021 in the green colorway. This is one that to me reads very fall-like, but I've been having a lot of fun messing around with it and trying to incorporate it into other seasons so that way it's not limited to a specific time of year. This is also where my love of bustles came from, and I think Meta does a really good job with their bustles. So even though that last piece is what got me into Lolita, it didn't occur to me that I could just buy more green and blue pieces if that's what calls to me. Green and mints, they're my favorite colors outside of Lolita, but for some reason, it didn't occur to me that I could have a mostly mint or green wardrobe, or at least have more of that representation in it. That was until this piece. This is Meta's Profusion of Flowers in Nostalgia, OP in Opal Green. It has this removable collar as well as removable sleeves. It's a very comfortable OP, and I really like the cut of it with this cute little ruffle sleeve. And I think the colors on it pop very brightly in comparison to some of my other JSKs. But I feel really good when I wear this one. This shade of green is one of my favorites. I also feel like green and purple is kind of a rare combo in Lolita, so I think it's a piece that's really interesting. Next up is a newer piece in my wardrobe, and it's Baby the Stars Shine Bright Snow Dot JSK in mint. This is my first solid main piece, and I'm having a lot of fun thinking of all the different ways that I can pair this up with different colors and make it a very easy two-toned cord. I think since I started with sort of a busier print, this is something that I kind of missed out on, but there's no time like the present, and I've been having a really good time wearing this piece as well as cording it. This next piece is also baby, and similar story where I have a little too many blouses compared to the room that I have in my closet, so to save space, I paired this JSK with this blouse, and that again makes it very easy for me to just grab it and head out if I want something that I already thought out in the past. So this is Baby the Stars Shine Bright. This is their Kuma Kumia's Ice Cream, Kuma Kumia's Sweet Ice Cream JSK 1. And I really like that it has this scallop melting ice cream-esque edge at the top of it. This is one of those ones that I took a gamble on. I was outside of the measuring range for this JSK, but I ended up getting lucky, and I think that made me be a little bit more risky in trying some other main pieces secondhand that maybe I'm outside of the listed range for, but so far I've been pretty fortunate, and it's worked in my favor. Mint ice cream, especially the green kind, is my favorite type of ice cream, so I'm really happy to have this kind of representation in my wardrobe. Also, a lot of small colors and small details that make it really easy to pull from, and I feel like that will allow me to rework this JSK in a lot of creative ways. Here we have Kuma Kumia's Sweet Chocolate in the Baby Doll cut, and I got this during my Calm Summer ILD swap meet from a friend of mine after she got her preferred cut. This was one I was a little worried about in terms of color because it's not quite mint, it's sort of a bluier mint. But I ended up loving how it looked on me a lot. And I really like this border print here at the bottom. I think it's super cute. I've actually cooked cookies while wearing this JSK, and it was a lot of fun. It really made me want to start planning activities to do while wearing very specifically themed cords. So really excited to hopefully wear this someday with my friend and twin in her scallop cut and my baby doll cut. Up next we have one that's really different from the rest of my wardrobe in terms of style and motifs, but I really had a specific vision in mind for it, or at least a couple. So this is Innocent World. It's one of their stained glass JSKs in navy. I'll put the specific name of it somewhere around. And something that's really cool about this is all the different types of lace that they use. It has this sort of cathedral-esque lace, and the collar is removable if you so choose. And in theory, I feel like there should be a lot of ways to wear it just looking at the different colors of the stained glass. We've got different shades of blues and reds and yellows and greens. And it's one that I haven't worn that often, but is somewhat newer to me. I got it towards the later end of 2022, so I only wore it once or twice, I believe with a maroon or black blouse. Maybe I wore it once with maroon and one with black. I wore it with my partner to see Dracula, and I felt very fitting. But I also would really like to get the chance to wear this piece on art museum meets, or museum meets in general. That being said, it is so different from the rest of my closet that it is a little hard for me to imagine keeping it there for, I guess, a long time. It might be more of a short-lived dress in my closet compared to some of the other ones. just because it is so different and not sweet at all. At least not in the sense that the rest of my pieces are. Up next is a piece that's very special to me, and it is Angelic Pretty's Lovely Bathroom Special JSK from the special set. Unfortunately, it didn't come with the head bow, but I've been having fun messing around with different options in the meantime. I think there's a couple of accessories I would like to make to really elevate this piece, and I hope that it shows up on the camera, but it has a sort of popping bubble like glitter all throughout, as well as this frill, which I just think is so cute. It has this clear, almost bubble-like ball attached to a shimmering chest bow. The cut of this is super different from a lot of my pieces and something I don't see often. With this poofy area here, it gives the illusion of being very busty when I'm very much not. So I think that's kind of a funny feature of it. And I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but I love the print so much and the rest of the cut that I'm willing to overlook it. This is easily one of those pieces that I think will be in my wardrobe forever. Here we've got Twinkle Journey by Metamorphose Tempsty Fee in the black underbust cut. And I got this on mega sale last January. So Metamorphose does their usual winter sale around Christmas time in December, and then they seem to do a mid-January sale where the prices go even lower. So I got this piece for a very good deal, and it's one of those pieces that when I don't wear it, I don't think about it, but the moment I put it on, I'm really inspired by it. So I think it's interesting that once I put it away, it seems to slip from my mind. But it's a super gorgeous piece. You have a lot of little details of different colors. There's a lot of greens, blues, navies, pinks, and yellow in this. And I feel like the possibilities are endless in terms of how to cord it. Something I like about this underbust cut is that it allows the blouse details that might otherwise be hidden to really show. So this is one of those pieces I like to wear to show off a blouse as well. Plus I like that in addition to these big thick waist ties, we have this little miniature waist tie bow situation on the back. This is removable, but I really like having a double bow. The fabric of this piece also feels really nice. Up next, we have a recent addition to my closet, but a very loved one already. And this is Angelic Pretty's 2011 re-release of Country of Sweets. It is the OP in black. The shirring on this is surprisingly generous as well. But what usually gets me when it comes to OPs, especially Angelic Pretty OPs, is the wrist cuffs, or I guess the shoulder cuffs. Usually they are just slightly too small for my own comfort, but I don't have any issues with this 2011 release of Country of Sweets. It also has this nice, big, sturdy bow. And the zipper on it is one of those things that I feel like zippers are really hit or miss on dresses, but this one works surprisingly well, especially for its age. I was super lucky when I purchased this piece. It came with the choker, the KC, and the matching Boston bag, so I feel like I already have a pretty decent chunk of the set, with the exception of the socks and all the lovely little jewelry that came out with it. The shape of the KC that I have for this dress is really pointy, which, since I'm someone with darker hair and typically I wear darker wigs, it kind of ends up looking like cat ears at times, but I think it's super cute. Up next is my first and only skirt, and it's by Metamorphose Tempsty Fee. It is their Sweet Rabbits Cafe in yellow. I think this one is really special to me, as it was also from a friend of mine in the comm. And she ended up giving this piece to me after she found her preferred cut and the preferred color. And this is really fun. So it also originally came with bloomers, but she ended up using those bloomers to make us a matching KC, which I think is really cute and feels really special. All in all, I think the pieces that are from fellow comm members are ones that would be really hard to see myself letting go of, as I have that special memory of having a shared piece with them, and in many of the cases, a piece that we can twin with. So those are all of my main pieces to date. I do technically have one more in the mail, but I am hesitant to say it as I'm unsure of the fit, but I am hoping for the best. I think casually, the piece that I probably wore the most would be Angelic Pretty's Lovely Bathroom Special JSK, but I think with the introduction of this solid piece by Baby, as well as the Salopette by Angelic Pretty, I'm hoping that I'll be able to have more casual coordinates to wear out and about. All in all, I think I would like to do some downsizing in my current closet amount, as it's quite a number of main pieces, but it's hard to imagine myself letting go of most of these, so maybe I'll just wait it out and see where 2023 takes me. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would like to see more from me, you can find me on Tumblr and on Instagram at Royal Sealy, and I hope to put out a couple more videos on this channel, but I don't have a set schedule, so feel free to stick around if that's something that interests you. I hope you have a wonderful, happy, safe 2023.